How far back in time can our brains imagine? The Edinburgh Castle has history dating back to the 9th century BC. It was discovered 700 years before America was even found. The Edinburgh Castle has become a superior tourist attraction within Scotland, with over 1 million people entering annually to see the historic treasures, monuments, buildings, surrounding views, as well as to hear the stories behind it all. In my opinion, the most interesting aspects of the castle include how it was built, the views around the castle, people who lived there, such as royalty and military. Also, I will inform you about the displayed buildings, treasures, and monuments inside the castle. Scottish history is unforgettable, and the experience of the castle is one of a lifetime. People from all over the world travel to see Edinburgh Castle, not only because of its historical significance involving royalty and brave soldiers, but also because of the architecture and panoramic views surrounding. The castle lies perfectly on a cliff overlooking the landscape and city below. The whole skyline of the city is taken up by the beautiful structure and can be seen from miles away. Volcanic rock was used to build the castle, with pieces dating back to 340 million years ago. The greenery and rocky landscape is stunning to see overlooking the walls. The castle was strategically built for protection from invaders during battle. Apart from the high position upon a cliff, the surrounding walls are made with a circular form, whereas you can see every area surrounding the castle. The size of Scotland's army was tiny in comparison to any other country. Although, if you've seen the movie Braveheart, you will know somewhat what I'm talking about. Although it is just a movie, William Wallace, the main character, is not made up. A statue of him was built right next to the entrance of the castle, along with Robert the Bruce, another heroic leader during the ongoing battles. Both of these men, along with the rest of the small Scottish army, were known for being fearless, stubborn, and tough. Because of them, the castle has remained still today. The people of Scotland, even today, have so much pride in themselves, their castle, and the beauty of their country. The architecture was done so strategically and beautifully, perhaps explaining why royalty became and remained residents for centuries until the castle's role as a military base. Foreigners and returning Scottish citizens come to the castle to hear the tales of former royal residents and past military actions. The Edinburgh Castle was home of many royal families until it became no longer suitable for living. The first king to live there was in the 12th century, and royal families stayed until the 18th century. Even after royalty had left the castle, soldiers were still needed for its protection. Scottish soldiers were fearless defenders when it came to war. They were known to never back down, even if defeat was probable. It was because of their bravery that they defeated many odds. The significance of each resident is still recognized and/or honored today somewhere in the castle. After multiple wars were fought, Scotland had finally gained their independence, and the castle was left to peace, later becoming the largest tourist attraction within the country. The current owners of the Edinburgh Castle have set it up to mimic the original rooms, or with displays of historic treasures and weapons once used. Some important buildings and rooms within the castle include the Great Wall, the Crown Room, and St. Margaret's Chapel. The Crown Room has a display of the famous crown, scepter, and sword of state, which together are considered the ancient honors of Scotland. The Great Wall holds the collection of weapons and armory of significant Scottish soldiers. And finally, St. Margaret's Chapel, which is the oldest building in all of Edinburgh. It has been standing for more than 900 years, having survived all the destruction and attacks of that time period, as well as still remaining sense. The chapel can only hold 25 people, and castle military members are still allowed to be married there today. All of the castle structures and displays make the tour experience incredible. People from all over the world come to witness the beauty and history of the Edinburgh Castle, specifically the individual buildings, rooms, and treasures once belonging to royalty and/or the military. The worldwide recognition and Scottish pride exists for several reasons due to military actions and noble decisions. Influential royalty and the hundreds of brave soldiers will never be forgotten. Honorable contributions are made not only with monuments, but several castle traditions remain today. My advice to you would be to go and experience the breathtaking sights and feel the awe-inspiring history come to life for yourself.